Welcome, one and everyone, to Scotch and Smoke Rings, episode 427. I am your friendly neighborhood Oxhorn, here as always with my suspenders set to maximum stun. Got a great show for you tonight. We're gonna smoke cigars and drink some, well, not scotch. I do have some scotch here. I was gonna drink some Glenlivet, but my beautiful wife served me an amazing dinner, and with it she gave me this beer. And I couldn't finish it in time for the show, and rather than see it go to waste and turn warm, which would be a sin, I decided to drink it on the show today. So, this would be more accurately called beer and smoke rings today, rather than scotch and smoke rings. Doesn't quite have the same ring, I realize, but anyway. That's what we're dealing with today. So, busy week. Been getting through a lot of stuff. Had a great video on the Fat Man at the beginning of this week. People have been really enjoying that one. Did really well. And I'm doing a small series on the Powder Gangers. Got 2 more episodes to go on the Powder Gangers. No, 3. That's right. I finished the 3rd episode, and you'll be seeing it tomorrow, but it hasn't published yet. Or 4th. What episode? Yeah. You saw episode 2 today. You see episode 3 tomorrow, so after episode 3 tomorrow, we get 4 and 5, and that finishes the Powder Gangers. Then we do more Fallout 4, then we do more Fallout 3, and we do even more Fallout New Vegas. It just never ends, and that's great. I'm not complaining. Great to have some of the mods on the stream today. Today we've got Classy in the admin booth. Say hi, Classy.
Hello.
Pleasure to have. He'll be moderating the comments, and what he'll be doing is he'll be reading your comments and then picking the very best ones and reading them to me, because there are so many of you these days that they just fly off the screen. So he's going to be helping us out. In fact, maybe he can pick the first few comments for us while I cut my cigar with this rather amazing desktop cigar cutter.
Let's start. All right.
Your sound is crystal clear, by the way, Classy. He was testing his mic before the show started. Sounds amazing.
Thank you.
I can read them myself if you want.
Sorry, I'm looking for him.
I see some.
I have YouTube open. Let me get out Twitch.
There are more on YouTube.
I'll see him on YouTube.
Here, I've got one. Hold on, here we go. The Flying in Reverse asks, I know that dog meat interacts with a teddy bear if placed in its inventory. I've noticed, too, that dog meat also has some special animations at the Red Rocket. I left... their dog meat stands up. If left there, dog meat stands up and looks through a window and at one of the support columns in the Red Rocket. My question is this. Thank you. Do you know of other companions having similar special animations with their inventory or locations? Yeah. Kate before... Well, I don't want to do any spoilers. So wait, I think you might be wrong. I could be wrong about this, but I've seen Dogmeat do the stuffed teddy bear animation, even when I don't recall putting a teddy bear in his inventory. Even when I know there's no teddy bear in his inventory. So unless Dogmeat is picking up teddy bears without me knowing it, I think that just may be an animation he does. But if you put chems in Kate's inventory, before a certain point in her personal storyline, she'll take chems. So you got to be careful when storing your chems with Kate. And the same is true with Whiskey and, what's his name? He's like one of my favorite companions from Far Harbor. What's his name? I even did a video on him. You guys will remind me, I'm sure. Anyway, if you put Whiskey in his inventory, he'll drink it. Longfellow, old Longfellow. Thank you, Ushikun, for letting me know. It's old Longfellow from Far Harbor. So that's the answer to your question.
Okay, I just started getting the question, so that's good. All right, I got one from Ding Dong asking, what will you do when all the Fallout lore ends? Will you do more lore basically on Skyrim or any of the other Bethesda games?
Yeah, I get this question a lot. So I'm gonna be doing this for quite some time. I've only scratched the surface of New Vegas and 3. I still have Fallout 1 and Fallout 2 and Fallout Tactics to do. If I'm really getting desperate, I could do Fallout Brotherhood of Steel, even though that's not really canon. Not to mention all of the mods which come out every day. There are new mods that come out every day, including storyline mods and lots of other stuff that I could review. So there's not going to be an end to the Fallout content anytime soon. That said, I have considered other games, and there's going to be plenty to do for the foreseeable future. Gabe Smith asked a question with a tip. Thank you very much, Gabe. He says, "Hey, it's me again. Just wanted to let you know that the Buffalo Trace bourbon I talked about 2 streams ago." Yeah! You can buy it on Amazon, he says. Can you? All right. Thank you, Gabe. All right, hold on. Buffalo. I'm going to buy this right now. Because I don't want to forget, Gabe, and make you disappointed. So, hold on. Go ahead and read more questions, Classy, while I buy some Buffalo bourbon.
All right. I didn't get the name, but I did get the question saying, are you going to be doing Fallout 1 and Fallout 2 lore after Fallout 4?
Not after, but among. It's one of those things where I'm... ooh, Buffalo Trace bourbon. Look at that. Hey, that's a classy looking bottle. It's one of those things where I'm going to be intermingling the two. It's not like I'm going through one game first and then going through another. It's kind of like what I'm doing now. I do a little Fallout 4, a little Fallout 3, a little Fallout New Vegas. And when I really get up and running with Fallout 1 and Fallout 2, I'll be mixing the two of those. I mean, the lore for Fallout 1 and 2 is going to be a lot smaller because the games are a bit smaller. I mean, they're still in-depth, really great games, but, I mean, there are only 3 or 4... Not 3 or 4. I'm exaggerating. I don't mean to exaggerate. There are like a dozen or so places you can visit in Fallout 1, and then you're done. So it's just a completely different experience. But yes, I will be doing all of those old games as well. Question from Scott. By the way, I just bought the Buffalo Trace bourbon, so thank you. Question from Scott. Hey, Ox, with a tip. Thank you, Scott. Does New Vegas seem like a story focused almost entirely on the NCR? All the quests are focused on it. I think you left a comment like this on one of my videos. I remember reading it. I don't feel that way. I know what you mean, though. I know why you're saying that. Like, that question makes sense. But I don't believe that's the case. I think... what we see... Okay, so the reason that you feel the way that you do is because the 2 major factions in the game... I mean, there are a bunch of major factions in the game, but the 2 major factions at war have very different... They work differently with people. The Legion does not work with people. If they see women, they kidnap them and sell them into sexual slavery. If they see people who have things that they want, they kill those people and then take those things. That's the Legion. They don't work well with others. The NCR, for all of its faults, at least tries to work well with others. That's why you see them everywhere. Mr. House is cool with the NCR in Vegas. They've made an agreement. They were able to make an agreement because they work with each other, where the Legion does not. Because of that, you're going to be finding the NCR in more places around the Mojave Wasteland, simply because they work better with other people. They're going to be able to talk with other people. They're going to be able to make negotiations with other people. So because of that, we can kind of walk away with the idea that the NCR is more involved with the overall story of New Vegas, even though there's a lot of deep and interesting lore with the Legion that I have barely even tapped into. I'm free to admit. I'm happy to admit. But never fear. That day will come. Gabe, you gotta stop, Gabe. Thank you, Gabe. Gabe keeps tipping me, and he keeps wanting me to buy more of this Buffalo Trace bourbon. I appreciate it, I do, but there's only so much bourbon a man can drink, really. I've already got a bottle of Scotch here. I've got another bottle of Scotch here. I'm trying to finish a beer here, and you're buying me all these bottles of Buffalo Trace bourbon. Look, I'm only one man. There is a limit. But thank you, I do appreciate it. Noob Cave says, "Hey Oxhorn, love the videos and I wanted to ask you about your opinions of Arcade Gannon. I feel he's sort of underrated. I feel the same way. He's a fascinating guy, and I'm kicking myself because I wanted to have him as a companion before I did Helios 1, because he has some interesting things to say if you take him through Helios 1. But I wanted to get Helios 1 done because I was working on some NCR stories, and I didn't have him as a companion yet, so I just made the video. Anyway, yeah, Arcade Gannon has a lot of really cool stuff to say, but profile videos on specific characters take a lot of time. They take a lot of thinking. I've got to think about what quests are involved with that character and then map out my month so that I'm producing content that hits those major plot points with the companion so I can get the footage I need to do the companion video. So it's a little bit more complicated. I wanted to get the Powder Ganger stuff done because I wanted to do my final vault video for New Vegas. Can you believe I've done every vault in the game except for Vault 19? For New Vegas. So, no, there's one more vault I got to do after that. Suits You, Sarah. I'll get to it. Don't worry. I'm going to do the Suits You, Sarah vault. But that one's going to be later because I have to go decide about Benny first so that I can go do the Omerta quests and the top quests before I can go into that vault. So, it gets complicated. I have to strategize, you see. I can't just do anything I want. I got to pick and choose based on where I am in the game so I don't spoil things, and it gets complicated. Anyway, but to answer your question, yes. Conduit says, "Hey Oxford, how would you feel if Bethesda remade Fallout 1 and 2? I don't think they should be remade. I don't think it would work. I don't like the idea." Snap 5 Apple or 5 Napple or Snapple says, "Hey Oxhorn, do you have any ideas on Obsidian saying that New Vegas was held back consoles? Held back by the consoles? Do you think the future games should be PC only?" I don't remember Obsidian saying that. But I'll have to look that up, because if they said that, that's fascinating. And there's truth to it. Yes, I do think the consoles hold back a developer's ability to make what he wants. But I don't think that content should be PC only. Simply because the nature of the gaming world is that there are a lot of people who play on consoles. For better or worse, I personally don't understand it. My wife does. She plays on a console. I can't play on consoles. I don't get it. But she likes consoles, so that's her gig. And there are a lot of players like that. So I would be bummed for them to miss out on Fallout content. So no, I don't think that Obsidian or Bethesda should make PC-only games. I think it should be available to everybody. But I do understand where they're coming from. And I'd be totally cool with a better version of the game for PC. Because, I mean, you're just going to be getting a better version of the game anyway for PC, simply because you have access to all of the wonderful PC mods, and you're going to get better quality, better visuals. Man, thank you very much. The tips keep coming. 218 Productions says, as a fellow Fallout fan, "I would love your opinion on the Midwest landscape. Would, like, after 200 years after the Great War, love your opinion on how the Midwest landscape would look." I'm assuming, how it would look after 200 years after the Great War. Well, this is a part of the game that has not been touched on a whole lot because there were not a lot of direct hits in the Midwest. China wanted to hit big places. We know Philadelphia got hit. We know Chicago. I believe Chicago got hit, and we know many places on the coasts got hit. All of the major cities. But we don't know about the Midwest. You know, what about all of the great stretches of uninhabited land in the middle of the United States? What's the world look like there? We know in places where they did not get a direct hit or where the world was able to purge a lot of the radiation, like Zion Canyon, for example, that life is fine there. You might have a few mutations, but life thrives. So I think there are probably quite a few places in the Midwest where there's going to be a lot of wonderful land, and who knows, maybe even civilization exists. But you'd think we would have heard rumor of it. Like someone on one of the coasts would have known about this wonderful, great place in Montana, and they'd send people there, or they'd try to get there, or we would have heard about it after 200 years. So I don't know. I keep talking and my cigar goes out.
I got one. Who am I supposed to get? Alright. Lady, I can't say the next, the next part of the name. But saying, in your knowledge opinion, where would the best place or bar to get scotch in the world of Fallout?
The third rail. I gotta say it. There's just something about the third rail. There's just something about that Mr. Handy robot butler with the Cockney voice. And the lounge singer Magnolia. The entire vibe of that place is just amazing. Yeah, I'm gonna say the third rail. Wyatt says, hi, have you played Lonesome Road? And if so, what are your thoughts on it? I have not played Lonesome Road yet. I'm saving it because I'm doing all of the DLCs in order. Tanner says, hey man, love the content. I hope this wasn't asked, but what do you think of a Fallout-ish game would look like in China or any other country for that matter? A lot of people often want to know what life is like in China. I am one of them. I am fascinated because we keep on hearing from lore that the apocalypse happened on October 23rd, 2077, the evidence of which is the devastation in America. But if America fired back, what did they hit? How much of their target did they hit? We don't know. At least, if we do know, I haven't come across it yet in the lore. So that's a great question. I would love to get a snapshot of what's going on in China. Snapple again says, PC, Mag, and a few others reported it like 2 days ago, he said. Oh, also it's Snapple, like the drink, but with a 5 and an S, of course. Huge fan, by the way. Thanks, Snapple. I appreciate it. Well, if PC Magazine reported it, I'll have to look it up, because that does sound fascinating. One thing I did read from Obsidian is they had a great piece that I wish players would read. Because Obsidian is well known for working with other publishers. And they came out with an article. Well, they didn't come out with an article, but they were interviewed for an article. And the entire topic was, look, if you have animosity towards the publisher you're working with, you're just going to have a bad time. You're not going to be able to make the game. So their entire philosophy, the company that developed Fallout New Vegas, was to work well with Bethesda. They're not enemies. They said if you treat the publisher like an enemy, the relationship isn't going to work. And I think that's a very mature stance for them to have. And I think it's great that they were able to come out and say that. Anyway, fascinating. Derek says, how do you think people learned to read and write the good old-fashioned way? Mom and Dad taught them. I mean, just because the apocalypse happened does not mean that people forgot how to read and write. The survivors likely knew how to read and write and probably taught their kids. So you're going to have a small segment of the human population, or maybe even a large segment, I don't know, that can still read and write and are able to teach other people. And there are some schools. There's a school in many of the vaults. There's a school in Vault 81. There's a school in Diamond City. Maybe it's still taught.
Alright, I have one from Footloose Myers saying, Oxhorn, don't you ever get bored of playing Fallout?
No. I don't. Does that make me weird? I don't get bored. Every single day I get up and I sit down and I do this. I play Fallout. I play Fallout 4. I play Fallout 3. I play Fallout New Vegas. I record footage. I tell stories. I play stories. Why would I get bored of this? This is great. Scott says, Cassidy talks about mile-wide tornadoes in the Midwest. Does she? Oh, did I miss that in the video I made about her? I must have. Mile-wide tornadoes. Boy, you could see that from space. Aren't those called hurricanes? I don't know. Fascinating stuff. I'm sure they're very different. I don't want all the meteorologists to get on my case. I understand that a tornado is different from a hurricane. Just saying. Therantine says, hey man, I've been wondering, why didn't the pit raiders use the construction robots to man the pit? I'm assuming that they simply were not technologically capable of doing so. Those robots remained in their charging docks until the Lone Wanderer arrived 200 years after the bombs dropped. No one had hacked that terminal. I'm assuming that the reason that the pit raiders didn't get a bunch of robots to do all of the work instead of enslaving people is that they just didn't have the capacity to hack robots and get it done. Hey, K-Val's in the chat. Good to have you. K-Val, are you going to be reading questions too?
Yes, I can do that, yeah.
Only if you want. You don't have to. Well, it's good to have you here. I'll read some more if you guys don't see any.
Alright. Yeah, I sorry, I stopped looking at YouTube and I'm on Discord.
That's okay. Yeah, get them all.
Alright. Oh, this is a lot, actually. A question for tonight. If you had the choice to make Mariah and not give her to Wern her and raise her here yourself, would you still take her?
Oh,
P.S.
wow.
Loved your pit videos, and can we see some more double uploads?
Great question. No. So, for those who don't know, I accidentally published today's video last night. I still don't know how I did it. I was tired. I was getting ready to go to bed. I was putting my ads in the video, and I accidentally published it. Instead of deleting it, I just said, all right, forget it. You guys get an early video today. But no, I don't want to do another double upload. So my video for tomorrow is already done, and it's online, but it's hiding until tomorrow morning, so it's going to wait until then. But to answer your question about the pit, great question. Because I thought about that. I didn't include it in my video because hypotheticals are always, they're so apart from lore. But it's good and horrible at the same time. On one hand, you spare a child from being raised by raiders. Because let's not, cut any corners about this. Asher and his wife are raiders. And by the way, K-Vile or somebody, I can hear you guys typing. May want to push to turn on push to talk. But they're raiders. They enslave people, they murder people, they live on the pain and agony of others. They're raiders. And if you take little Marie away from that environment, you spare her a life being raised by raiders, where she would likely ultimately become one and then end the way most raiders end. So that's a very good thing. But to do that, you gotta kidnap her. And that's a very bad thing. So yeah, it's one of those tricky things. I certainly wouldn't want to be dragging around a kid throughout my exploration of the Capital Wasteland. That would just be a bummer. But yeah, tough call.
Alright, Ox, I got one. What would you think if Fallout added natural disasters like tornadoes?
Well, I'd welcome it. They've already got some natural disasters like rad storms in Fallout 4 at least. And there are certain places in some of the DLCs, like the Divide, for example, where you can't go due to natural disasters going on. So yeah, I think it would add to the world, make it more interesting. I'd embrace it.
What faction is the greatest threat to the wasteland?
Keval, you need to turn on push to talk because I can hear every noise your body is making. Just letting you know. What is the... And please, sorry, repeat yourself. What was that you said?
What faction is the greatest threat to the wasteland?
The greatest threat?
Yes, the greatest threat to the wasteland. What faction? Like, what is the most evil faction?
I understand the question. I'm thinking about it. Well, I'm trying to decide between the Institute and the Legion. The Legion is really horrible. They murder and enslave. But they do make the place safer. And of course they make it safer because when everyone's dead who disagrees with you, the only people left are people who like you. So, yeah, things are going to be safer for people who like you. And the Institute, my problem with the Institute is they treat everything like an experiment. They're responsible for super mutants in the Commonwealth. FEV never made its way there. Super mutants would not have been there if not for the Institute's experiments. It was their carelessness and their lack of empathy for humanity and them just not caring that led to the super mutant menace, which has cost more human lives than possibly anything any of the other factions have done. In the Commonwealth, of course. Super mutants are in the Commonwealth because the Institute created them. They were done with their experiment, and instead of killing the super mutant and disposing of it, they just let it go. That's why super mutants are in the Commonwealth. And that kind of attitude towards an experiment when human lives are on the line can lead to great atrocities like the ones they've already done. So I'm having a really hard time between those two. Those are kind of my top.
I have a really good one in my opinion.
Okay.
Jekado asked, how long do you think you would survive in the Fallout 4 universe? And if so, what kind of person would you be?
Well, it's all hypothetical. Of course, everyone wants to think that they're a survivor and, they would lead the slaves in rebellion and they would lead their faction to victory. But everyone thinks that about themselves, but no one really knows until you're thrust into that position, so I really have no way of answering. I think, if I'm being honest, that survival would be difficult for me, not just due to my body. I don't have the best body. I'm not very fit. Just being honest. Like, if it came to... If someone was running away from me with the only food I had access to, I would not catch him. So I would be really good at catching slow-moving things. I would subsist on slugs, probably, which is probably not good for my health. So I've got that against me. But assuming for the moment that food was not a problem and shelter was not a problem, I would probably be one of the wastelanders who was extremely protective about his home and his city, untrusting of outsiders, but willing to make a trade. I would be one of those guys. I like my big walls. I'm going to be carrying my guns. Make one wrong move, you're going to be sorry, but I still want to work with you. That sort of guy. That's probably who. I don't know if that person survives or not, but that's probably who I would be. There are a lot of people who have been tipping. I've been seeing them, but they fly off the screen so quickly that I can't read their comments. So, mods, if you guys can track those down and ask me their questions, I would appreciate it.
Sorry, what did you say?
Nothing. Hope you're having a good time. I am. Are you?
Yeah. I love the story time.
It's good. Have you ever done a double faction run, says Merc Fox. I'm currently doing a Miniman Railroad character on survival mode. My very first character was a double faction run. It was a multiple faction run. I was friends with everybody until I had to make my tough decision. Until Mass Fusion, I was friends with everyone. But I haven't done one since.
Alright, I have to go for the night.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sticking around. I really appreciate it.
Of course. See you later.
Later. Bye-bye.
So what is your opinion on the Enclave?
Well, I have been asked that before, and well, my opinion on the Enclave is what I know of them, and I don't know a whole lot, but I do recall from the very beginning of Fallout 2. It's not a spoiler. It's the first thing that happens in the game. You open the vault doors to Vault 13, the Enclave is there, and they mow everybody down. They just kill everyone. So yeah, I'm not terribly fond of of the Enclave. Eden makes things interesting, but I'll be saving my opinion for the Enclave as we find them in Fallout 3 when I get there. Man.
Sorry, I can only see Twitch right now. I can't see YouTube.
Do you see Discord? There's a Stream Questions channel on Discord. I can see it.
Yeah, I'm going there now.
Okay. Aiden Kane says, Oxhorn, are you enjoying the Metro series? I love the games, and they are in my top. They are some of my top 10 games. Also, this is my opinion, but the bad ending for Metro Last Light is more realistic and likely to happen in the than the other opinion, than the other option. He says the good ending just seems very bland compared to the bad ending. I think the developers agree with you, which is why the canonical ending to the first Metro game is the bad ending. So I wasn't terribly upset. I started Metro Last Light last week, and I realized that the bad ending, the one I got in the first one, was the canonical ending, and so I'm not terribly upset about that. Speaking of, we will be playing Metro Last Light later today, towards the end of this part of the broadcast, so stay tuned. We'll be picking up right where we left off, but never fear. After the stream ended last week, I went ahead and replayed that final mission so that I released all the prisoners. I can't believe I missed that one switch to release the prisoners. But I got it, so that's where we will pick up. Vicky and Vance Lore, says Kale. Oh, never fear, my friend. That video is done and scheduled for tomorrow. You will not be disappointed. I had a lot of fun putting that video together.
I have one. Would you rather be a non-feral ghoul or a non-aggressive super mutant?
Wow, that is a good one. Super mutant. Only because I wouldn't smell like death. I think it's pretty canonical that ghouls smell like rotting flesh. And, yeah, I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want to offend everyone I was around because I stink. Now, we have no idea what super mutants smell like, so I don't know. But probably super mutant.
Have you played Tactics? And if so, what's your opinion?
I have not played Tactics yet, so I cannot give you my opinion. I fired up the first 30 seconds of it, and I knew I was going to be getting myself into something that would draw me in, so I had to stop and say, no, I'm not ready yet. I'm just not ready. But I will be getting to Tactics soon. Gabe with another tip. Thank you, Gabe. Says, hey, Oxhorn, please look up the Moore tornado of 2013 in Oklahoma. I believe that it was about 2 miles wide at the base. The Moore tornado of 2013. Holy cow. Wow. Well, if that could even happen in our own world, God knows what's going on in the Fallout universe.
Okay, if you were a companion, which player character would you want to follow?
Oh, definitely not the Lone Wanderer. Because who wants to follow around a smart 19-year-old kid? Nobody. That would just get annoying. I don't know how companions can stand it. It's tough. I think the courier. Now, I say that only because the sole survivor brings with him and her so much baggage. They've got all of this horrible history. I mean, you go to the Vault 111 and the other companions all have a moment of silence and they try to comfort you. And you're on this mission to go save your son. It's just so... as a companion, I wouldn't feel like I could go on an adventure with that person. That person, the sole survivor, is so preoccupied with his or her own mission. But with the courier, really all his or her mission is revenge. Gotta get Benny. And as you discover things, you know, your mission changes, sure. I don't know. Part of me thinks that the courier would be a little bit more fun. It's just my thought. Come on, cigar. Fire. Ageham says, hey, if someone wants to send you some Captain's Blend that they made or will make, how would they send it to you? They wouldn't. That was a joke. I am not going to be drinking some homemade Vim Captain's Blend. So he's referring to something I said in my video on the Vim Corporation where we find the ingredients for Vim. All of them.
If you were to make a quest to fill in gap in the lore, what would you do?
I would wait and ask the question when I'm not talking.
Sorry.
That's okay. Put a pin in that. Let's save that for in a minute when I'm done with the story I'm currently telling. I'm almost done. I was just going to say that I made a video on Vim, and inside that video, they read the ingredients to Vim's Captain's Blend. And so we know everything that goes into it. So theoretically, someone could recreate it in the real world. And I offhandedly said, hey, if somebody wants to make me some Vim and send it to me, I'll drink it. But I was lying. I am a filthy liar. I am not going to be drinking your homemade Captain's Blend, which is made from fish, by the way. So please don't make any and don't send it to me. Just saying. I'm sure that your drink is great. I'm sure it's amazing. But I'm not going to drink it. All right. So now, K-Vile, what was that?
If you were to make a quest that was to fill in gap in lore in any game, what quest would it be? Or what lore would you fix?
I can see why you asked it. It's a good question. I really want to know more about the Commonwealth Provisional Government. It's a highly contentious issue. I did a video on it. I think I'm right, but I wish there was more information about it. I know it's kind of outside the timeline, though, because it happened years before the Soul Survivor came out of Vault 111, so I don't know if we would ever be able to do it. But I would still love to find out what really happened there. Alfpez says, Oxhorn, do you think that something like Captain's Blend would be good in cocktails and mixed with liquor? No, it has fish in it. You don't put fish in a drink. I've said this once, I'll say it before. Fish is not good in liquid form. I'll stand by that. Unless you're taking fish oil capsules because you got a vitamin D deficiency. Sure, okay. But in a cocktail? Or a soda pop? No.
Okay. What is your favorite suit of power armor?
Ooh. In terms of pure aesthetics, I love the T60. I think they did a great job on making the T60. I know they originally were intending to update the T45, and they thought that the T60 suit was so uniquely different that they wanted to make it its own suit. And I'm glad they did. I love the look of the T60. I like it way better than the look of the XO1. I use the XO1 a lot because it's the best suit in the game until you get the Hellfire with Creation Club. But, yeah, but I like the look of T60. Jared says put liquid nitrogen in your Vim and it'll crystallize the drink and make it taste sweeter. Sure, but I don't think that in any way makes up for the fact that it's made from fish. You can't, I don't care how much booze is in it or how crystallized it is. You're still, I mean, there's scales floating in it. No. Man. I appreciate a person who can try new things when it comes to food. I am not one of them. I am a food coward. I know what I like to eat, and I know what I like to drink, and I don't try new things. I am happy to admit that I am a food and beverage coward. You know, they say that people who experiment with new things at restaurants, you know, they go and they say, oh, I don't want to get that, I always get that, I'm going to try something else. 75% of the time they walk away disappointed. It's because you already know what you want. You already know what you want. You're at the restaurant, you're paying money. Why pay for a mystery? Why pay for a surprise? Pay for something you know you're going to like. You're going to walk away and happy because you know you like that thing. When it comes to food, I am a food coward. T. Carlson says, love your work here on YouTube. Great storyteller. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. The Nominator says T-51 is also the first power armor you could obtain in the Fallout universe at all. Well, no. T-45 was issued to troops long before the T-51. It was the advent of the T-51 that turned the tide of the war in China and most notably in Anchorage. Troops had been using the T-45 for quite some time. Then the T-51 came along and changed things. I believe that's the case. I like the T-51, but the visor, I mean, it's too smooth. The thing I like about the T-45 and the T-60 set is it looks bulky, it looks beefy, it looks really sturdy. The T-51 set, it's too smooth, it's got rounded edges, and I don't like that visor, the slit in the eyes. I've never been fond of that. So yeah, I like the T-60. All right, let's do 2 more questions, and then we shall switch to Metro Last Light.
I'm looking.
Today we learned Oxhorn is not a fan of fish, says Fabio. Yeah, I am not a fan of fish. I am not. Here's one from Sky Gamer. What if the next Fallout game was rebuilding the Commonwealth Provisional Government? Would that be a dream come true? No. I mean, I am curious about the Commonwealth Provisional Government, but I don't want an entire game dedicated to rebuilding the Commonwealth Provisional Government. I believe that what you're doing with the Minutemen, if you choose to do so, is you're rebuilding civilization with the Minutemen, settlement by settlement. I don't want an entire game adding the CPG to that. Instead, perhaps that could be a little bit of a DLC.
Do you prefer a voiced or silent player character?
Another difficult one that I have thought about a lot, and I'm going to have to answer both. Here's the thing. I prefer a voiced player character. I think it makes the game much more interesting, but I prefer the New Vegas and Fallout 3 method of choosing dialogue options, which, of course, would be incompatible with a voiced player character. One of the only reasons we have 4 options for every single dialogue choice in Fallout 4 is simply the logistics of it. Bethesda could not record that much voice dialogue if we had so many options based on our skill points and special stats and perks that we chose. That just, the way that it's implemented in New Vegas and 3, it just won't work with a voiced Soul Survivor. Which is why they only give us 4 options for each one. It cut down on what they had to record. So, I like the end result of the voiced Soul Survivor. That doesn't bother me, and it never has. Pardon me, and I think that that's because I've never put myself in the role of the Soul Survivor. I don't play the game pretending that this is me. I play the game pretending like I'm telling somebody else's story. So the voice doesn't bother me. But I like being able to make different, unique choices based on the perks, the special stats, and the skills that I have. And not having that, or having a dumbed-down version of that for Fallout 4, was a little bit disappointing.
What is the canon ending to Fallout 4, including Nuka World?
Sorry, I had to ban someone. The canon ending to Fallout 4, including Nuka World?
Yes.
I'm gonna say that the canon ending is the Minuteman ending, where the sole survivor and the Minutemen kill all the raiders in Nuka World. That's what I'm gonna say is the canon ending to Fallout 4. I could be wrong, but I hope I'm not. All right. Let's play some Metro. Let's turn off my music. Move that over there. I'm going to close down that. Now, this is always a gamble. So cross your fingers and let's hope that this works. Drum roll. So far, so good. Okay, yeah, I know I need to show my screen. Hold on 1 minute. Okay, Metro. Here, let's turn off that, turn on that. Turn on that. Let's bring this over there. Bring that up there, and then turn that on here. Aha! Wait, why can't you see? There we go! Alright, let's pick up right where we left off.
My escape from the Nazi prison could be entitled. So, how are you, Chua? All right? Oh, you are tough, huh? No wonder they made you a ranger.
The Dark One was here, at the Reich concentration camp, but he is long gone. Well, that means I'll just have to follow him. The mission assigned to me by Miller still stands. I will find the Dark One, and then I'll decide what to do next. If that Nazi was telling the truth, and he really did sell the creature to Hansa traders, now the Dark One can be just about anywhere. Hansa occupies the ring line of the Moscow Metro, and is a union of trading stations. They still have regular train service with cargo and passenger caravans. Oh, and one day the Dark One may service on the other side of the Metro. I might have lost him now. I don't know how the Dark One avoided torture and execution. The Nazis regularly hang people for having a wrongly shaped skull, so a creature like the Dark One should seem an embodiment of evil and corruption to them. Indeed.
Follow me, don't stop.
Yeah, calm down. I'm a Fallout player. I want to explore. I can't turn on my light? No? Is this one of those cutscenes where I gotta do what they say? Okay. Alright, heading on up. Ah!
Security, make way.
Yes, Nazi security. I am one of you. Yes?
Huge storage facility filled with supplies. There is medicine and enough canned food to sustain the Reich for 100 years. And enough weapons for us
Can we just
to wipe
assassinate
the
this
face
guy?
and genetically impure from the face of the earth. But D6 has been seized and occupied by Sparta. Corrupt Hansa and the Christian Führer. What do you want? A jailbreak. Two prisoners get murdered the guards and escape. What the hell are you doing here then? Go get them!
Ah, what are you doing, buddy? Can I shoot the... Oh, come on. I wanted to kill the Nazi board guy. I'm coming.
Stop shooting! Jump!
Oh! Soviet guy is intense. I like him. Good job, my friend.
You're right.
Yes, I'm fine. Don't
Артём,
die.
hold on.
Oh, come on.
There you have it.
No, don't help me.
On the ground, you bitch. Hold on, Артём, hold on, just a little more.
Get in the car. Don't die.
Bastards, блин, they're opening the gate.
That's okay. Just go. Oh, I gotta kill Nazis.
I see them. There they are. Piece of. Stop them. Stop. Okay, let's get out of here.
Yeah, doggone Nazi scum.
We pulled off the impossible. Now I have to inform the Order that the Dark One is missing. Which means to acknowledge that I've failed my mission. But now, when he's down in the metro, I won't be able to find him alone. I have to get to the nearest neutral station and then to Polis, the Order's HQ. Pavel will show me the way.
О! Okay, looks like we lost them. Then we'd better hurry to the theater. There's nowhere else to go, huh? Чувак. Are you alright, чувак? That's great. The armor works wonders. Shit!
Thanks, man.
A dead end. Hold on!
Oh, no. Come on.
Ooh. End of the line, huh?
Yeah, not bad.
Well, there's no helping it. Поехали, we hoof it from here. Follow me.
Wish I had a better gun.
I don't remember seeing this tunnel on any map. Phew, we're still on Reich territory. Be careful. Опа! A pipe! Come here, Артём.
What? Oh, that? Oh, fine.
Right!
Up you go. Just don't get eaten, please. I don't want to be alone.
Okay,
Me?
wait here while I look
Me?
around.
No, please don't leave me.
Real fucking ninja. Let's take him to the guard post. And what if this fuck is not alone?
Attention, second guard post. Check your sector of the tunnel. We caught a rat in the vents here. Stay sharp. There might be more. Roger. Checking that. Over.
Crap. Doggone you, Pavel, you Soviet idiot! Why'd you have to go get caught? I know I shouldn't be killing people, but doggone it, they're Nazis. This is gonna get me an evil ending, isn't it? But they just took Pavel! Alright. I only got 3 shots left. What happened? Oh no. I only got 3 shots left.
Attention! Good company! Where from? Why would I know? Get back here!
Oh yes.
Now, Crummy, you're done for! Taking
I'm not a commie. You Nazi schmuck. Alright, what do I got now? I'm just picking up stuff, and I don't even know what it is. I've got the silenced pistol. I've got this crazy shotgun thing. I only got 5 shells left. What's that? I can only hold... There we go. Okay, finally I got an assault rifle of some sort. Hold R to load a gun with military-grade rounds. Oh. No. No. Yep, there we go. Ah, there are a lot fewer of them. There. I don't want to use the military-grade rounds because I believe I have to use that as currency, don't I? Alright, well... Oh. Nope, it's the same. Do I hear some smooth jazz? I think I do hear some smooth jazz. I'll have to go check that out in a minute. Pick up the guns, Ox. I can only hold 3. It's a different game. I've got my 3 guns. I can't pick up those. I mean, it is entirely possible that you know more about this game than I do, so I should be listening. I really should. Ooh! Gimme, gimme! Alright. Ooh, what's this? I like it. Wait, is this a shotgun? This is a shotgun. Is this a silenced shotgun thing? I like it, but it uses the same ammunition as that. Yeah. And I don't want to do that. Alright, turning it off for now. Oh, Lord have mercy. I got myself some shotgun shells. Alright, then I found the key. Now I just need to find the box that I can open with it. So that's my silenced shotgun. That's my... Ooh, I didn't remember tearing it up this bad up here. Did I? Did I do this? I must have done this. Ah! What was that? Is there someone out here?
Attention! Hold your ground. Reinforcements are on their way.
Ooh. Man. That's where I came up, and I can't open these, and I can't open that, so this is the way I must go. I can't open that! Hey! Look at all that lovelies! Open your weapon ammo selection, choose a throwing weapon. Oh. I hate throwing weapons. I never use them. I'm not going to do that. I don't know why, but I never use throwing weapons and knives in games like this. I realize it's a mental block and it's my own limitation, but whatever. Okay. What is that? Oh, he uses the wrong ammunition. Still. Ooh, better. But better than that? Swap out my revolver for whatever this thing is? Yes, I think I will. Okay. Ooh, fire. Let's find a way out of here before we die. Wait a minute, I was here, wasn't I? Oh, man, I just took the long way. Right. Maybe I did go the right way, but something... Ah. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Oh! There we go. This looks cool. Okay. I missed a note by the safe. Thank you, Jake. Thank you. I hate missing things. I'll find it. Where? Are you messing with me? Oh! He's not messing with me, I'm just blind. When I heard the Führer's hysterical ramblings, all the pieces of the puzzle started falling together. The assaults on our patrols, them capturing me as a Polis representative. The existence of D6 is no longer a secret, and a total war with the Metro is approaching. Looks like there's one note I have yet to find. Ooh. I'll take the ammo off of that, thank you. No kill guy on bed. All right, I guess that's coming up, in which case I will not kill the guy on the bed. If I see a guy on the bed. All right. Aha! I am outside that door. They cannot find me. Let me loot up here first before I open the door. Your tanker. Yeah. Oh.
Eh? What?
I surrender, you hear? I surrender! Let the bigwigs duke it out! I've had enough!
I appreciate it, but I can't take the chance that you're going to betray me. I just knocked him out. I did not kill him. That's fine, kiddo. I'm not gonna... There we go. Having a guide like Pavel sure puts my mind at ease. It seems he'd been here before, and Reich's peculiarities don't surprise him. I wish I knew what kind of mission he was on, but I just can't find the right moment to talk. But Pavel seemed to know that Reich was poised for war beforehand. Well, to me, this was a revelation. The tales of the stories we found in D6 are already circulating through the Metro. The Order was not going to hog the find, but we are running out of time to explain this. Reich is already almost at the Order's throat trying to take the vault. So what's going to happen when the Red Line and Hansa find out about the bunker? So what's the war Miller was talking about? Good question. What was he reading? Evolution of the Species by Charles Darwin. He was reading it in English. What? All right. Ah. Is that you, Dark One? I'm coming for you. I'm sorry I killed your parents in the last game. Hey, little guy. Oh, is that it?
Pavel's almost certainly going to hang. Who knows? What would have happened to me had he not released me? Red, blue, yellow. What difference does that make? He risked his life for me. You don't get that much in the metro. I can't just walk away on him.
Right! I get to save the Soviet guy! All right, comrade. I may not agree with your politics, but I'm not gonna let you hang. Hey, Pavel. Come on, buddy. Hey, yeah.
Artyom! Shit! I knew you wouldn't abandon me. I knew it.
It's a me.
You're a true comrade. I'm in your debt for life. Now get me out of here and I'll lead you home in no time.
All right, comrade. Oh, no.
Fuck! Fuck, they're coming for me! Gonna take me to the noose! Good luck, my friend! You're my only hope now!
Yes, I will be your Obi-Wan.
Get your ass out here, you fucking commie rat.
Oh, Pavel. Don't die on me, Pavel. I've got to go save my communist friend.
Come on, say my mother is a whore. Say it, you shit. Or else you are a freak. Your mother delivers freaks.
What is going on in there? Pardon my twitchiness.
My mother is a whore. Good. Now we're talking. And since she's a whore, tell her I'm coming for a visit. And be careful what you say about my kids, you fuck. Or the next ones will be your brothers and sisters.
Wait, don't kill him yet.
Now I know you're crazy. If you're here, no one is watching your stash.
So what? I got the only key.
Look, you could at least tell me what's in it.
Have you done there? Huh? The spark's gone?
Done my ass.
I told you, man, you shouldn't...
Whoops. Whoops.
Anyone see him?
Attention! Hold your ground. Reinforcements are on their way.
Hey, you, freak! Come out slowly with your hands above your head!
Oh!
Get him in the head!
Doggone it all! My guns were louder. Alright. Well, so much for stealth. I know, but hey, you know what? Sometimes... That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, loot. They were all over the place. How was I gonna take them out silently, huh? When there's a will, there's a way. Sure. Hello! Oh, do I already have it? Yeah, I already have it. They fell down. I'll have to get them on the other way. On the other side. That must be the way out. Is this the way out? I never know with doors because I can't go back once I open them. Alright, I don't know which door is going to be one that I can't go back or which door I just opened, so... And I've got plenty of ammunition. Good. Right where I should be. Ooh, elevator. Okay, do I take the door or do I do the elevator? Level design.
Attention everyone. Roll call. Park, is there anyone alive there?
Provost. Schnell. No? Alright. Which door is it? I don't want to open a door and... Alright, I'm just going to open doors. Ah. Supply room. Okay, those are the lockers. If I can find a key to the locker, I'm good to go. Probably in one of those doors that I didn't open earlier because I thought it was the way out. Let's try. Ooh. That must mean the elevator is the way out. Up. Oh! Or that's the way out. No, that's the locked door. Doggone it all. I know if I step in that elevator, it's going to take me somewhere I don't want to go.
Who's there? Don't shoot, man. Take anything. But please, don't kill me.
Alright, alright.
Don't kill me, please.
Alright, why can't I knock him out?
Picking on one of their own.
I'm not gonna...
Bastards.
I'm not gonna kill you, you moron. This was the guy who was being...
Life. People are worse than beasts.
bullied.
I don't know a thing.
Don't worry, calm down. Ah, that's the way. Where's the key? I can't find the doggone key. Hey, guy.
Leave me alone.
I'm gonna leave you alone, but do you know where I can get a key? No?
Him. He looks like he could kill a man just for fun of it.
Oh, you poor kid. Alright, let's try that doggone elevator. Oh, wait, no, if that's the way I need to go, then that means I can go this way. Oh, but I can't go that way. It's locked. Ah!
Don't kill me, please. Picking on one of their own. God, do I hate this life. People are worse than beasts. I don't know a thing.
Yeah, you'll have to forgive me. This is just how I play games. So if you were wanting something a little bit more fast-paced, you may want to tune in somewhere else because I'm meticulous this way, which I know is infuriating. All right, I gotta find a way to get across. No. Ah! Nope. All right, so what? I'll go.
Did you hear that? We're still on alert. You could at least have your gun at the ready.
I've got my gun in my pants, while you left yours at the whorehouse.
Yeah, that gun of yours is going to be so much fucking help when the Reds come for your ass.
Who goes there? Something definitely seemed off here. What the?
Who's there?
Someone. Looks like there's. Seems like somebody actually.
Where the hell? Who goes there?
Come on. Just walk through the door. I'll make it quick, I promise.
But still, I should go and check.
What? Stop! Doggone it, man! Ah! Hey! There you go. Got here. Ox, you're really, really bad at sneaking. I know. Come on. Don't tell me things I already know now.
Attention! We got company! So let's go look for the commie. Let's move. Look around now.
And don't forget to cover each other's backs.
Damn. Where could the commie bastard? Hey! You! Give yourself up! You'll be spared if you're not mutated. Alright, let's move. Look for the commie. Looks clear. Get your commies! Give me a pin!
No! How did he hear me?
Yes, you commies! God, that hurts!
Come on! I've got a shotgun here. Okay. Hey, it worked. It worked. Okay. I hate crawl spaces. Alright, I know I should get better. Oh no, do I go down or do I go through the crawl space or do I go this way? Whoop. And it's locked. That makes it easy. Oh, and that's locked. Okay, well at least I'm not confused. So, well, I am confused, but at least I'm less confused. Okay, fine. Let's go. Oh no. If I drop down, I can't come back. Oh. Hello.
Attention! We got company! Freaking shit! We're proud, I know. Just take care. See him yet? Oh, hiding somewhere. What do we do now? Look for him, you genius! Seems like somebody extra.
Okay. I'll try stealth this time. Because I totally wasn't trying stealth last time. I meant to do everything I did earlier. It was intentional. So... let's try stealth.
Yeah, you! Come in free! Get up! Shit! Come out so we can look at you! Hey, not so loud, people. We've got to look for it.
What is this? Oh, ooh, I like this. Hey, this is stealth, ladies and gents. Is that a teddy bear? It's a teddy bear. They're everywhere. I can't escape the teddy bears. There's a teddy bear in this game too. If I see Jangles the Moon Monkey, I'm gonna freak.
Trial of capture 5 of the red line is starting. All rifles and units.
Oh no! Oh no, am I too slow? No, 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 no. freaked me out with the whole trial is about to start thing. I don't want to miss it. What are you doing down here, you punk? Get him! Oh no! Sorry, folks. Hold on. Need to step away for just a second.
They're here! Shit! Anyone see him? Attention! Got company! Let's get the ball rolling. What's up? Clear. You? Clear. Move! Hey you! Coming free! Come out!
Yes! Come out so we can look at you!
Not so loud, people. Got to look for him. So, anything here? Clear.
Catch him anyway.
Anybody see him? Not me.
I think. No.
Damn. Where could he be?
Sorry about that, folks.
Just do it.
My wife was trying to get a hold of me because somebody was at the door, but I went out there and there's no one there, so...
All right, let's move. Look for the commie.
Huh.
It's clear.
All right, then.
Seems clear. Careful.
Cover each other.
Keep your eyes peeled.
Nobody here.
Where was I?
Watch out!
Why can't I get up? What am I doing wrong? Here we go. Nope.
What now?
Hold on, someone's here. Well, I don't know who it was, but I need to end my stream because I'm not sure what's going on. So I'll be back tomorrow morning with a brand new video. So stay tuned for that, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll pick up where we leave off here tonight in Metro next week. Same Ox time, same Ox channel. All right, I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.